magnificent day at the #1 sports ground in Newcastle for the grand final of the Greater Newcastle Hunter Rugby Union competition for 2011 against the two dominant teams in the competition this year, Merewether, Carlton and Hamilton. Let's have a look at the team for Merewether Carlton today, undefeated so far in season 2011. The front row, Dylan Evans and Eric Fabian. The hooker is Jamie Lind. The locks, Ed McDonald and Mark Wade. The flankers, Adam Nolan and Dan Lewinsky, who is the captain, and the number 8 is Dan Kevill. The halves, Jay Strawn and Sean Rudder. The wingers, Cal McDonald and Billy Coffey. The centres, Mick Gill and Aidan Kelso. And the fullback is James Birtsos. Hamilton certainly deserve their place in the grand final. They've only lost 3 games this year, and they have massive support today. The front row, Joden Perry and Willie So. The hooker is Steve Lamont. The locks, Aidan Quast and Nick Palmer. The flankers, Steve Sione and Jake Cooper. The number 8, Vitalia Lever. The halves, Ivan Walker, the captain, and Damien Wells. The wingers, Pat Kilmurray and Nat Heath. And the centres, Ricky Maven and Louis Catt. And the fullback is Ben Harris. Of the game this afternoon, and he is in charge of 2 very, very good sides. Joining us in commentary this afternoon, a man who played for Hamilton, coached North Sydney in the Sydney competition, and also Romania, Paul Nixon. Nico, welcome this afternoon. The 2 best sides are through to the grand final.
Yeah, and it's how it should be, Mike. These 2 have been far and away the best 2 sides and the best 2 coach sides, and it's fitting that they're playing the final today.
Struck match between them in many respects. They played 3 times throughout the season. Merewether have got them on each occasion, but at Townsend Oval in the second round, it was only a point in at 11-10. So Hamilton will go into this game without any fear.
Oh, absolutely, Mike. I'm really keen to see the matchups in the forward packs. If Hamilton can get a bit of go forward and lay a good platform, it really will give Damien Wells and co a bit of space to be able to go forward.
And a little lock on here, and Merewether Carlton will get the feed, the first of the match. If there is to be a dominant part of Hamilton's game, where do you see their dominance coming from?
In the forwards, Mike. I think they'll play a lot more structured and tighter game that they have played in the other games against Carlton. I think they'll try and exploit some space in the middle. Carlton's defensive structure all year has been superb, and they've been very hard to crack.
And of course they've been renowned for their offensive pressure.
Absolutely, and you can't give them any turnover, unstructured play, because they love it. And this guy, Jay Strawn, has been in superb form.
And there's the first penalty of the game. Jay Strawn picked it up from the back of the scrum and just went to the blind side, and all of a sudden Hamilton were pinged. Let's have a look at it once again.
Yeah, Steve Siane's made the tackle, but he hasn't released. You have to release before you get to your feet and be able to release the tackled player before you can play the ball, and he didn't do that, and Grant was quite clear in his instructions, the referee.
In the major semi-final, Merewether Carlton went through 31 points to 10. Hamilton were a very, very good side for 60 minutes of that particular game. They dominated the line-outs. It'll be interesting to see how they go today. Dylan Evans with the throw-in for Merewether Carlton, just jockeying for positions. You can see them there. Dan Kevill, the number 8, darting around, but it is Ed McDonald who gets it. Now they go wide and through Rudder. Mick Gill out, and they make the first clue of the afternoon. Merewether Carlton. The scrum will go down about 3 minutes inside Hamilton's territory. But again, you can see right from the get-go that Merewether Carlton will want to push this ball wide this afternoon.
Yeah, it's interesting here that they've run big Mark Wade, the lock, out wide. The Anderson medal winner yesterday, and interesting that they've got him 2 passes wide.
Had a magnificent season, Mark Wade. In the Hamilton side, there is a fair bit of attacking ability too through Damien Wells, calling himself the X-Factor. He scored 24 tries so far this year. Louis Catt, the number 13, has also scored 23 tries, I should say. So there's plenty of attacking ability in the Hamilton Hawks side. Big William So at the back of the ruck. Now they take it 1 up. Good solid defence there by Dan Lewinsky, the Merewether Carlton captain. They charge forward again, Hamilton, just rolling it forward. Early stuff, just that pick and drive, which is a hallmark of their game. And that's Steve Sione in there with the ball. And Mark Wade on the bottom of that pack of Merewether Carlton will get the scrum feed just inside Hamilton's territory. So early pressure, both sides just trying to sort each other out.
You see Mark here gets on the ball, Mark Wade on the ball really well there and stays strong, and Steve Sione can't get the arms free. Good player, Mark.
Coming in over the top there as well. So Jay Strawn to feed the scrum. Numerous representative honours for the diminutive halfback. Off the back of the scrum to Kevil to Strawn. Now Sean Rudder with the high ball coming down about 28 metres out. Well taken there by Ricky Maven. And he takes it up. Gets through a couple of tackles there. Presents very well. Walkling with the ball. Now the long spiralling pass to Louis Catton. He runs into some solid defence by Merewether Carlton. Sione at the back. Walkling now. And this is Joden Perry. Back slam there, presents well. They go the short side once again, just making little inroads into the Merewether Carlton defensive line. Walkling once again, they persist with a short time. This time they turn it over.
Second forward. Second one's gone forward.
And he's called a forward pass, and there was a knock on there as well. So either way, Merewether Carlton were going to get the ball on that occasion. They persisted with the short side.
Yeah, they're trying to exploit lack of numbers down the blind side with the Carlton defensive structure, but they were up to it then. They were mounting some pressure, but poor handling.
Mark Wade with the black headgear there. As Paul mentioned, the Anderson medal winner.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Once again, Jay Strawn. To feed the scrum
Lost our feet.
on the eastern side of #1 Sports Ground, and Peter Terry and his ground staff should be commended for the way this ground is presented. If this is not one of the best suburban grounds in New South Wales, I'm not he. There was an Aussie Rules Grand Final here last weekend, the Rugby Union Grand Final today, the Rugby League Grand Final tomorrow, and it is an absolute picture and a very healthy crowd in as well too. Predominantly, as you would expect, Hamilton and Merewether Carlton. Sean Rudder played with the Knights in 2001. Cal McDonald gives it out to James Birdsauce. Dummy gave it to Billy Coffey. Coffey now held up by the defence, and the number 14 there in Nat Heath. They take him to ground. Good position for Merewether Carlton. Strawn. Now to Dan Kevil, very important part of the Merewether Carlton unit. Taken there by Ed McDonald. They set it up once again. They're going to go to the open side. Jay Strawn has it. No, they think about coming to the short side. Cuts out one, goes to Rudder once again. Good defence there, turned over, and Coffey taken into touch. But good pressure by Merewether Carlton and good defence on that occasion by the Hamilton Hawks, and the Hawks will get the throw in.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd come back this way. I thought they'd continue to go, but in the Carlton line, they've got Kevil and Rudder who can get those balls away in traffic there, and they're very dangerous. Hamilton defence have got to lock that up.
Hamilton with a throw in was an absolute shocker, and there is a little bit of a tricky breeze here, which is kind of a southeast breeze going from the top right of your screen to the bottom left, and that throw in by Hamilton just went all over the place and was never ever in straight. So Merewether Carlton again in a very good attacking position. Plenty of weight going into these scrums. Merewether Carlton scored 872 points throughout the season, only conceded 187. For Hamilton, they can score a try too, 848, and only conceded 214. Two very even sides. And a fitting grand final to round out the greater Newcastle Rugby season. Kevil to Strawn, throws the dummy. This is where he's dangerous, Jay Strawn. Jay Strawn now looking for the try line. He's there. And the diminutive halfback scores the opening try of the 2011 grand final from absolutely nothing. Happened in the major semi-final where there was nothing on for Merewether. He took on the Hamilton Hawks defensive line and just broke through. Here it is again, Nico. What a try to the halfback.
Yeah, very well done. He's got good balance. He's got an acceleration off the mark. He steps around the fullback there probably a bit too easily, but he's a good player, Jay Strawn.
Having a look at it once again, and Kevin will do this quite a bit today, just releasing himself from the scrum, getting Jay Strawn free, does that, gets around some defence pretty easily, gets around Maven, and a little bit of grabby there from Hamilton Hawks. They couldn't hang on, and Jay Strawn gets the opening try. Good start for Merewether Carlton. Former New South Wales Country Cockatoos player, was the rep captain on many occasions right through the junior grades. He's a wonderful young player. And I think you'll find that his father actually played for Hamilton. Doc?
Correct.
So Jay Strawn almost alongside the right hand upright to try and convert his own try. Moves in, strikes it. It was a very, very ordinary kick, but good enough to get across the crossbar. And Merewether Carlton with the opening score here in the grand final. They lead 7-0. And the kick off.
Back off green, back.
Goes to ground. Knockback, says referee McNeil. It's Grant McNeil, the son of the famous Sandy McNeil. Sean Rudder with the big long kick. And taken pretty well. And now Ben Harris chips over the top to James Birdseye, but it's going to find touch. That's a wonderful kick too. Benny Harris, one of those players that can really do some damage. He just knows when to time in correctly.
Yeah, he's a good young player. He's only young. I think he's only about 20 years old, and he's got a good future in the game. It's important Hamilton can hit back here.
Dylan Evans with the throw. Hamilton again dominating. Williams so taken there in a very, very strong tackle too. Presented well. Little knock-on going in there, and McNeil picked it up pretty quickly. So little errors there for Hamilton, and that could be just nerves.
Yeah, he took his eyes off the ball there when he went to pick it up. He was looking at where the defence was.
Here's Jake Cooper.
There's a quick look there, and
I'd have a quick look too if Eric Fabian was standing in front of me. So Jay Strawn once again. There's the old traditional scoreboard in the background and the Green Hill. 4 grades in today, but it hasn't necessarily been the day. Oh, there's a terrible knock on to Sean Rudder. And Hamilton now will get the opportunity to really press here for their opening points of the game. Here's the pass from Jay Strawn. Back to Sean Rudder. It did bounce, but straight through the breadbasket.
Yeah, the Hamilton scrum were able to get the loose head proper and put pressure on Jay, hence the bad ball.
So a big scrum here for Hamilton.
Come up. Way too close there.
So you can hear Grant McNeil issuing instructions. A great shot gives you an idea of how far they're out. Dan Kevill barking instructions at the back of the green scrum. Luke Walkling the feed. Now picked up by Vartalialieva, and they're very, very close. Pushed off. Is he held up? And I think he's been held up. And is he going to award the try? Held up. And Paul Ryan, the referee, the touchy on the sideline, signals to Grant McNeil. But a very, very good attacking move there by Hamilton off the back of that scrum.
Yeah, stable scrum, good solid scrum. They've gone down the short side. Pat's taken on Bill Coffey, and Dan Kevill's done very well to get across from number 8.
Here it is again, just another angle. Kevill did very, very well, and it was on his own arm, I think, there that may have been the decision.
Good strength from Kevill.
So they get another opportunity here. Walkley decides to go the short side himself. He's very, very close, pushed in the touch. That's good defence by Merewether Carlton. So Merewether Carlton will get the throw in.
Goal 3, step it out.
Dylan Evans for Merewether. Ed McDonald in shot there with Eric Fabian, the number 3. On the left-hand side, William So for Hamilton. Coming in, Dan Kevill. And again, Hamilton, very, very close. Goes to ground. And it's Merewether Carlton get the penalty. So pulling the scrum down, or pulling the breakdown down.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think he's probably got one of the Hamilton players off their feet, and I could hear him yelling to the Hamilton 8.
Dan Kevill, an integral part of the Merewether Carlton side. Good touch finder by Jay Strawn, and they'll get the throw in. So 7-0 here to Merewether Carlton. Early days in this grand final, the number 1 sports ground. Ed McDonald now Strawn with a pass to Rudder. Short ball to Mark Wade. Mark Wade just still going. Got those big legs pumping. That is a magnificent run from the lock from Merewether Carlton. Strawn now goes to the eastern side. Gill chips over the top, trying to find touch, won't do so. Back into the 25. Now Ben Harris returns serve to Cal McDonald. Cal McDonald takes it about 27 metres out from his own line. Now he puts in the kick, looking for touch on the western side. Won't find touch. Now Damien Wells. Back over the top now, and that is going to find touch. That's a magnificent kick from the 5'8" for Hamilton Hawks. Finding touch about 15 metres out from the Merewether Carlton line.
It's a great kick. He had no room to work with. He was pinned in on the sideline, and he still managed to get 40 metres out of it.
Now, they call him the X Factor. He can be the X Factor. He's missed a couple of games against Merewether Carlton this year.
Yeah, he did, and he can be X Factor on and off the field.
That's for future discussion. Paul Nixon, my co-commentator today. To Adam Nolan. And you can hear quite clearly Grant McNeil saying definitely offside for the Hamilton Hawks. And that was a little relief there for Merewether Carlton. So Jay Strawn finding touch. And neither side, you would say at this stage, Paul, any sort of ascendancy. There is not really a great deal between either side.
No, I've been more impressed today with Carlton's line out. They've obviously done a lot of work on it, and they've got some able to get some good possession.
Now Rudder once again, and that came off a Hamilton player. And it bounces very awkwardly for Ricky Maven. Thought about the pass to Ben Harris, got through the tackle of Adam Nolan, got through another couple of tackles. Jamie Lynn's there to stop his progress, just short of the halfway. Now they set it up again, short side, far Tullialiva. The third takes it up, gets into Merewether Carlton's territory by a metre or two. Walkling's there. Willie So's just a one-off. Turns it over again now to the number 4 in Adam, 8 Quast. And the knock-on there for Hamilton. And Merewether Carlton will get the feed. And again, the big lock-in. Mark Way, the Anderson medal winner, doing the damage there. Bit of blood on the nose of Dylan Evans as well.
Carlton's defensive line speed is much better than Hamilton's at present, and able to put the Hamilton runners under a lot of pressure there and force the error.
You've got to come to the line first. That's why I've asked you to hold it up. If you're in the line, you can throw it as quick as you want. But don't walk in slowly and go straight up. That's the issue. No. Okay?
So you could hear Grant McNeil issuing the instructions there, and if you closed your eyes, it's like listening to Sandy McNeil, isn't it? So Dylan Evans getting a few running repairs here, the Merewether Carlton front rower. And at this stage, Merewether Carlton lead Hamilton 7-0.
No, we're near it. You never...
World. Nelson Bay Seafood.
So almost on the halfway line, Merewether Carlton to feed the scrum through Jay Strawn. Another win, Kevill. Comes off the back of the scrum, pushes off one, pushes off Wells, and there's a big hand there from Kevill. And this was touted to be on right from the outset, that they would try and upset Kevill, because he can be a little bit of a hothead. He had a big fend on Damien Wells, but McNeil said that it was a little bit too aggressive, and Hamilton will get the penalty, and they're trying to settle their troops down. Nico.
He's taking it forward. There's a oh, the second one there. He's thrown the arm in over the top that McNeil's picked him up for, but he's a good, hard, strong runner. He gets a good fend there on the first offender. Good fend there. But this one, he's...
You swing your arm back at him for no reason. I won't accept that, okay? Back 10. The tackle was fine.
So you heard it nice and clearly, and it was just that second attempt at Damien Wells there, and there was a little bit of talk around prior game, Paul, the fact that they would try and target Dan Kevill and try and upset him and get him fired up, try and say, well, why not get a rest for 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, he's a reasonably volatile character, but he's been playing with a lot of commitment and discipline of late, so I don't know that I'll catch him out.
Came from the Wanderers Club. Here he goes again. Ty Valley-Oliva trying to hit it up. And well, in actual fact, it's Steve Sione, and he drops it. And they still in possession, Hamilton. Pick it up again, does Sione, and this time he's bundled into touch. And down goes our cameraman, Todd, but he'll bounce back like a true professional. In actual fact, he was absolutely hammered. Toddy, our sideline eye cameraman, ran into the full force of Steve Sione. Short throw in this time to Jamie Lind, who was the captain of the side that won the 2007 grand final. Now back to Sean Rudder. He does well on this occasion and was touched by Hamilton. Steve Sione thinking about the throw in, but thought better of it, and they will get the throw in.
Very clear view.
So they're putting Rudder under pressure with that kick. And he does take an inordinate amount of time to get rid of the ball.
He does play deep with his kick, so it gives him a little bit of extra time and space, but the Hamilton defence are trying to get to him, put him under a bit more pressure.
Talia-Lever, that was that hit it up. Now here's Williams, so he goes down. They're in there. Still got the ball. Walkling. Now short side to Steve Lamont, I think it is, who has been in fantastic form. Walkling once again. The defence well presented. Walkling doubling around once again too. And putting the pressure on Hamilton. And the penalty will go to Hamilton.
We're going back here. Number 2 offside. 2 from the side, you're on.
And Jamie Lind for Merewether Carlton was called offside, going back to the original penalty. And there it is.
2 from the side.
We'll see if we can pick it up once again. It was well after this. But here's some solid defence to Jay Strawn coming in to affect that tackle. And referee McNeil calls it back. Hamilton are going to have a shot here. Probably not a bad option, given the fact that they need to get on the board.
Yeah, they've been down here for a while. They're trying to mount a bit of pressure onto Merewether. So let's take the points and while they're on offer.
Ben Harris will be doing the duties for Hamilton. In other results today in Premier 3s, Hamilton 17 defeated Merewether 13. In Colts, Merewether 39 defeated Maitland 18. And in Premier 2s, a boil over. Hamilton defeating the undefeated Merewether 20 points to 15. Ben Harris now. We've got a good side of it, moves in, strikes it, and that's the first points for Hamilton this afternoon. And the scoreline here at the number 1 sports ground, Merewether 7 lead Hamilton 3. Restart through Jay Strawn. And a little kick over the top, taken there by Cal McDonald. Fires the bullet pass to the fullback, James Birdsauce. Can't get around the tackle. Now he gets out of the tackle of Lamont. Scoots around towards the scoreboard side of the ground and finds touch. So Hamilton really starting to...
Take it back. Take it back. That's 1-5 in the first place. Take it back.
That was really interesting there.
They just throw straight at him.
The 14 in Nat Heath was trying to get the quick inbound off the Merewether Carlton player, and they weren't 5 out. Merewether thought they had a bit of a march there.
Hamilton were lucky to get away with that, I think.
So Lamont tapped over the back by Palmer, and Cooper met in a solid tackle, picked up by William So, forced back by Eric Fabian. And
that's fine.
Merewether Carlton look as though they've got it. They have Jay Strawn with it now. Kevill thought about the pass. Now he offloads to Lewinsky and a knock on there. Just trying a little bit too much to unload. Merewether probably need to settle down here a little bit. Just take a few sets to march it up. Maybe even some pick and drive.
Yeah, I don't mind Dan trying this. He had support there. Just probably his arm got knocked as he was trying to release, but if he can dent the line and just get that ball away, it's so dangerous to defend against.
Pause, engage!
So Hamilton, outside the 25, Walkling, now to Wells. Wells with a kick. Birdsauce coming across, but again, Damien Wells will find touch. Magnificent kick, going from defence to a very attacking position. And that is the X factor. He's got the radar on today, Nico.
Yeah, the 2 kicks that he's put in so far have been pinpoint.
Dylan Evans. Pinched again. Back slam penalty. Taken out while he was in the air. And that was Aidan Quast.
With the men there alone.
Here it is again.
Does he want a bottle?
Yeah, you can see that...
Nick Palmer it was.
Yeah, Nick Palmer. Kevill had gone up to compete against him and got a grip on the shirt on the way down.
Ben Harris for Hamilton, trying to get the Hawks within a point. Bad-looking kick, but away to the right of the uprights. And no addition to the score, and the score remains 7-3 in favour of Merewether Carlton. Deep into the first half here on the number 1 sports ground. And this is the Greater Newcastle Hunter Rugby Union Grand Final. Jay Strawn with the kick right over the top. And that is a very good kick to Walkling. Now back to Harris. Harris with a responding kick. Birtsos in good position for Merewether Carlton. Takes it. Now he has the kick straight down the throat of Talialiva, and he puts it on the deck. And Merewether Carlton will get the scrum free. Talialiva, one of the great players in the Newcastle Hunter Rugby Union competition. A couple of times he's won the Anderson medal. He had a wow of a game in that major semi-final, even on a losing side, Paul.
Yeah, he's been playing great footy, and he's carrying a bit of an injury at present, and probably not at 100%, but he's still playing very good football.
Strawn fires it out to Rudder, over Rudder's head. Mick Gill comes in. He decides to have a charge run straight into Damien Wells. Kevil at the back of the scrum, having to do all the work. He was a little bit isolated there. Now they muck around with it a little bit. Kevil once again. You can hear the call. Dan Lewinsky, who played with Sydney University, back here to captain Merewether Carlton, the school teacher. Jay Strawn, hands on the ball. Kevil once again, big fend, looking for support. Eric Fabian has the ball, just rolling it forward. Play on, says referee McNeil. Turnover here now. Williamson with the ball. They're going to come to the western side, are they? Or they go to the open side. Just setting it up. Walkling having a look at all the options that he's got available to him. Now straight through the middle goes Joden Perry. Gives it off to the number 11 in Pat Kilmurray. He turns over. The penalty's going to go to Hamilton. Taken out of possession. And Hamilton will get the penalty. Jake Cooper taken out without the ball.
You can see from the breakdown here, Joden Perry's in the breakdown, and he catches the close Merewether defence unawares there. He did very well here to get the ball away to Kilmurray, and McNeil's ruled that Adam Nolan's taken Jake Cooper before he caught the ball. So another opportunity for Ben Harris.
So Ben Harris, his third attempt at a penalty goal. 1 from 2 so far today. Moves in, shouldn't have too many difficulties with this. Strikes it and strikes it well. The flags go up. And the Hamilton Hawks get within a point of Merewether Carlton. It is 7-6 here at the number 1 sports ground. Cooper takes it for Hamilton Hawks. The Merewether defence was there very quickly, but they overran him a little bit. And now Damien Wells trying to find touch. He won't find touch on this occasion. James Birtsos calls it. He has Billy Coffey in support. A little chip kick over the top. Talialiva is there, and he's taken in a touch. And on the last 2 occasions, Birtsos has kicked over the top. They've come up with possession, Merewether Carlton.
Yeah, it was a good chase of the kick there from James. He had some good support in the chase, and they were able to hem VAR into the sideline. Lost a bit of footing there, but...
So back to live action. Dylan Evans for Merewether Carlton. This time through Ed McDonald. And he's called that not straight.
Didn't go straight through.
And the scrum will go to Hamilton. So Merewether Carlton just lapsing into a few little errors here. Let's have a look at that again.
Let's go.
And it just drifted to the Merewether Carlton side fractionally. OPSM for Grant McNeil. So Hamilton a chance here to get out of the danger zone.
Stay behind 9.
Damien Wells in very good position to take this kick, but he goes out along the back line now. And a kick again taken by James Birtsos, who again the little chip kick over the top. And bundled in a touch once again. So he's done well, the fullback for Merewether Carlton. That's Ben Harris. And we have a substitute. Here it is once again. James Birtsos now just, he sights a little gap here. Just a little chip kick over the top. Had a couple of defenders in his way, but Ben Harris took it. But he was able to be strong enough to bundle him in touch.
Still waiting. Come to the line.
And Eric Fabian coming off for Merewether Carlton. Now that's a big interchange, and it's Steve Barretto that has gone on. That's an early change within the first half. And William So has also come off for Hamilton. Sean Rudder with the ball. Now they go a little bit wider to Cal McDonald. A chip kick over the top, trying to get over the top of Ricky Maven. They do so, and it goes in a touch about 28, 29 metres out from the Hamilton line. A couple of early substitutions, and Troy Kepnich has gone on for Hamilton in number 17. You can see him just on the front of your screen there with two replacements right at the front, 17 and 30. Kevel fires the pass out to Rudder. A little bit of a room to move. Mark Wade trying to get through. Now they set it up. Lewinsky pick and drives, and it's gone forward, he says. And Merewether Carlton make another blue.
It was a good run over the advantage line. Dan Lewinsky picks up here, and I can't agree with McNeil there. I think it was knocked out by the Hamilton prop, Joden Perry. He's kicked it out of Dan's hands. There was a bit of conjecture from the Carlton players about the decision.
So a little bit of a stop-start affair at the moment. Only a point difference.
Engage!
And Hamilton will get the feed once again. Good scrum. Good push by Merewether Carlton. Talialeeva picks it up. Charges back into the ruck. Now they go the open side through Joden Perry once again. It's there. Walkling. Now the kick coming from Pat Kilmurray. Taken by Cal McDonald. Wrapped up by the Hamilton defence. One over the top. Picked up by Barretto. Barretto now. A man mountain himself charges forward. That's a very good run. Sets it up nicely. Strawn fires the ball out. Picked up by Dylan Evans. Jamie Lynn there. A little bit high there by Talialeeva. Nothing in it. Just on his shoulders.
That was the expectation, yes.
And quick tap taken by Jay Strawn. They come to the open side. Kevel now thought about the pass to Coffey, tried to get it away, makes the blue, goes down, knock on by Merewether Carlton, playing the advantage. Lamont picks it up for Hamilton. Now they try and set it up. Now the box kick from Walkling, and it's going to go out on the full, and it will come back. So good pressure there by both sides, and the throw in to Merewether Carlton.
Carlton, by way of taking that quick tap from the penalty, have shown their hands that they want to try and play it a bit quicker, but their ball security at the moment is letting them down, not getting the continuity.
Good pass now, out, a little half break here by, that is Aidan Kelso. Cooper, it's Lamont. Lamont darting out. Gee, he's been in sensational form. That went forward. He has been in fantastic forward, Steve Lamont, in the last few weeks.
He has. He's a very good football player. He actually played first grade with me down at Norths when I was down there.
So did you recruit him to Hamilton?
Could have.
Should have. So not too much time left in the first half. There's only a point difference in the match so far. And you would have to say at this stage, Paul, that neither side has had any real period of dominance.
No, I agree, Mike. It's just the ball security, both sides. They're not able to mount any pressure on the opposition with some continuity and some phase.
Strawn gives it off to James Birdseye at pace, gives it back to Kevel. Kevel offloading that, look marginally forward. Set up now by Birdseye at the back of the scrum, former halfback. Gives it out to Kevel once again. He hits it forward. Barretto at the back of the scrum. Strawn is there. They're looking at the short side. Come to the open side now through Rudder. Rudder the pass to Gill. Gill out to Billy Coffey. The try-scoring machine tries to get around his opposite number. Goes in a touch. But now they're in a touch through Aidan Kelso. So good cover defence by the Hamilton Hawks. And they'll get the throw in about 8 metres out from their own line.
Yeah, hold. Wait.
They would have done better here to go through the hands instead of the big long cutout ball. It allowed the Hamilton defence to get across the park and take all Bill Coffey's space away from him. He had nowhere to go in the end. Good urgency from the Hawks.
Steve Lamont. Now the throw in to Palmer at the back, picked up by Steve Sione. Did well. No one at the back for Merewether Carlton. Now the pass back to Wells. The check side kick is an absolute beauty, and he finds touch almost to the halfway. Damien Wells has his kicking boots on today. If there is any weakness the Greens are trying to exploit, it's that right-hand edge of Hamilton.
Yes, yeah.
Much better.
They're just trying to move the Hamilton forwards around a little bit more, I think. But as I said earlier, they just can't get that continuity to really work them hard.
McGill thought about the pass back inside now. Gives it out to Cal McDonald. McDonald gets through. Still going. Good run by the winger. Now he's isolated a little bit. Adam Nolan picks up. Presents well for Merewether. And picked up there brilliantly by the Hamilton players. Troy Kepnich picks it up for Hamilton. They roll forward. Continue to roll forward. Goes back, says Grant McNeil. Still in possession, the Hamilton Hawks. The base of the scrum now, Lamont. Lamont gets it to Wells once again, and the penalty is going to go to the Hamilton Hawks. Offside, Merewether Carlton side. Not too long left in this first half. And Damien Wells playing extremely well so far. Hasn't really injected himself in any attacking moves, but is just doing everything right at the moment.
Yeah, he hasn't probably had the opportunities with ball in hand at this stage, but his kicking's been superb. I'm sure the Hamilton forwards are keen to give him some good quality ball that he can have it in hand.
A throw in by Steve Lamont once again for the Hamilton Hawks. Walkling, Sione. Good defence there by Mark Wade. Walkling once again. Now they go wide. Spread it wide once again. Pat Kilburn at Nat Heath. Throws it back inside. Merewether Carlton back in position. Mark Wade with the ball.
You're from the side.
And not coming in through the gate. And Hamilton pinged on this occasion. So it has been a little bit of a stop-start affair.
Very much, Mike. The Steve Lamont gets penalised here. He did come from the side, got to come right round from in behind. But just prior to that, the Hamilton winger Heath, he should have kept that ball in hand there. He tried a speculative kick, just turned the possession over, and it's for both sides at the moment. They're just not being able to mount pressure. Ball in hand.
So you've got a good view of the throw in by Dylan Evans. And they go long. Picked up by Adam Nolan. Kevill swinging around. Now Rudder needs to really inject himself into the game. Rolling more forward the Greens. Jay Strawn is there, ready to pounce on the ball.
Oh, it's a maul, play on. It's a maul, play on. It was a maul, play on.
And Hamilton pinch it once again. Walkling. Talialever. Good defence there by Dylan Evans. But Hamilton are better at the breakdown than the Greens at the moment. Walkling short side again to Lamont, to Heath. Heath gives it back inside to Lamont. Lamont hooks up with Nick Palmer. And he just inadvertently drops the ball.
Then screen.
Playing the advantage.
Wait.
Strawn. Now to Cal McDonald on that big left foot. Talialever takes it well. Now to Ben Harris. Ben Harris with a kick. Looking for touch. Sets up for James Birtsos. The return kick. Over the head of Steve Sione. Sits very, very nicely for him. Little man on big man, but the little man did very, very well there. And Merewether Carlton will get the scrum. So each occasion, Birtsos has done very well.
Yeah, he did very well again there. Like the last kick he put through when he came through and put pressure on. Steve Sione took him on, and James stood his ground against a much bigger man and hurt him over the sideline, and then they've actually called it for the knock-on on the pass on the inside. So it'll be a Carlton put into the scrum.
And Kevill just getting a little bit of treatment at the back. And Hamilton break away from the scrum. And the score here at the #1 Sports Ground, Merewether Carlton 7, lead Hamilton 6.
Go, come on. Pause, engage.
So waiting that scrum. Kevill from the back of the scrum once again. It's a ploy that they've used all season. Rudder looking to turn it back inside and taking in a big tackle too. Very good tackle there by Hamilton. Strawn trying to dart out of one, trying to do it all himself. Leaves the ball behind. Adam Nolan with the ball. Hamilton really muscling up, and Quast right over the top of it. Strawn once again gives it at Lewinsky. Short ball to Evans. Hits it up, just driving forward. Now goes to ground, trying to set it up again. Strawn. Short side, Kevill. Now to Nolan. Nolan to McDonald over the top. Trying to get around to the number 9 in Walkling. Moving it on now. And Kevil couldn't handle it. Palmer's there. Crunching tackle. Gives it off to Cooper. Cooper taken in the tackle by McDonald. Kevil nearly pinched the ball back for Merewether. The box kick coming from Walkling. And knock forward. And Hamilton will get the scrum about 28 metres out, 30 metres out from their own line. The captain, Ivan Walkling, for the Hamilton Hawks. Got a great deal of atmosphere here at the moment. I think everyone realises the tenseness of this match.
Yeah, it's quite surprising compared to last year, where there was quite a hive of entertainment. And Carlton had an opportunity there. They dented the Hamilton line and got through, and once again just turned it over at a crucial time.
Touch. Pause. Engage. Stay straight. One. Ball's out same side. Same side. Ball's out the
set
same
again.
side. Go back there. Shush.
Graham McNeil really ruling the roost.
That sounded like Sandy.
So Walkling to feed the scrum once again. Almost half-time here at the number 1 sports ground.
Hold it there, get the bind up.
And a turnover this time. A win against the head for Merewether Carlton. Kevil, some little bit of space, turns it back. And a knock on again by Merewether Carlton. Kevil trying to offload, and there it is, half-time. He's offloading, but we're going to talk about that after the resumption. Half-time here at the number 1 sports ground in the greater Newcastle Hunter Rugby Union Grand Final. Merewether 7, Hamilton 6. Second half underway here at the number 1 sports ground. Merewether Carlton with their nose in front, 7 points to 6 in the deciding game of the 2011 Newcastle Hunter Rugby Union competition. Cal McDonald, the big boot, apparently played a little bit of Aussie rules as a youngster. And now Ben Harris with a kick over the top, knocked on by Kevil. And I'd like to, Bob, for every time he's knocked the ball on today, but he is trying things. And they're just not coming off for Merewether Carlton at the moment. Paul, how do you summarise that first half?
I think both coaches would have had a good talk to their players about controlling the ball. I know I've mentioned it a few times already, but neither team is able to mount a lot of pressure on the opposition. And I think the team that does that in this 40 minutes will probably get the biscuits at the end.
Fairly dull first half of football. 13 points scored. And Hamilton, the scrum collapses. And as Paul said, if the first side to be able to really mount some sustained pressure will probably get away with this particular game. Both sides have swung a couple of changes already. And I think the crowd can sense the tenseness of this game, how hard it is to defend a season. You have not had a loss all season. The pressure firmly on Merewether Carlton in many respects.
Yeah, the weight of expectations there, and anything other than a win is a comprehensive win is not acceptable, I guess. But I've never heard the Green Hill so quiet. And they're in front. Someone should maybe go and remind them. They're still in front. But the boys probably need a bit of help.
Can only come from a former Hamilton player, walking at the back of the breakdown now, and a very big hit there by Mark Wade, but they hang on to possession. Steve Sione knocks on, and the scrum will go down about 10 metres from the halfway line in Merewether Carlton territory. So that was a very, very good big hit by Mark Wade.
Mark Wade again, yeah. Good, strong defence. Forced the error here. I think the first couple of minutes of the second half is pretty indicative that neither team of players listen to their coach's instructions. So the ball's all over the shop.
Jay Strawn.
No. He actually slipped here. He slipped here. He's right.
Jamie Lind, very slow to get back up. So the scrum will pack down once again. The defensive end for Merewether Carlton.
Touch. Pause. Engage. Let's go now.
He's drawn. Keville from the back of the pack once again. Now Rudder. McDonald being used quite a bit in that position today. Straight down the throat of Ben Harris. He goes to the ground. Over the head of Rudder. Bertsos is there. He's got it now. Back in his own 25.
Keep coming.
Still in the field of play. Walkling now giving it out to Damien Wells. Damien Wells kicking for space, and he'll find touch. A magnificent kick from Damien Wells. 15 metres out from the area of the Carlton try line. And Damien Wells hasn't really injected himself into the physicality of the game, but his kicking has been superb today. And the Greens will have the throw in again under pressure. And that looked as though it was a bit of an ordinary throw from Dylan Evans. So the pressure mounting on the green machine.
Yeah, they've got to get this set piece right and put a bit of pressure back on the Hawks here. Here it is. Yeah, you can see Dylan trying to wish it over to get down the middle, but it all came from a poor kick out of their own 22 there earlier, and Damien Wells could find the space.
That breeze at the back of Hamilton at the moment.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
And they are in a very good attacking position. Talialiva from the back of the scrum. Lewinsky finally drags him to the ground. Now they go through Sione. Sione presents to Palmer, and he's smashed in a big tackle there from Merewether Carlton. And they turn it over, do they? Green's ball. No, it isn't. It's still with Hamilton. Hamilton have it. Walkling to Lamont. They come at him. His opposite number, Jamie Lynn, was there. Walkling short side again, Sione. He's 5 metres out now. Greens have it. Strawn over the top, finds some relief, but good pressure there from Hamilton. A little bit unlucky that Sione was taken to ground and the Greens were able to get the ball back.
The Green defence there, they didn't panic with it, and they kept Hamilton out, but it was a good turnover at the breakdown by one of the Greens forwards. I didn't quite catch who it was. He did very well.
Palmer, Walkling, back inside to Sione. They charge it forward once again through Quast.
Advantage 30, no release.
No release. And here's a chance for Hamilton to get in front for the first time today. Surely they'll take the kick from here. Ben Harris has already ripped the strap of the headgear.
Yep. Hamilton's taken it forward. Steve Barretto's gone at the prop there. He's gone in and made the tackle. He's got to release the tackled player first before he can play the ball. But Hamilton signalled their intentions there of creeping in tight and just pushing through the middle. Ben Harris. This to put Hamilton in front for the first time. Moves in, strikes it. Looks as though it's away. The flags, yes, they've gone up. So 3 from 4 penalty goals today for Ben Harris. And Hamilton all of a sudden hit the front. They lead by 9 points to 7. Merewether Carlton undefeated in season 2011 are now staring down the barrel of the shock of the season. Billy Coffey takes it, gives it off to James Bertsos for the Damien Wells kick. Bertsos goes to the air once again, coming forward, knocks on. So it is just Steve Sione. He's had a wow of a game so far, slips over at the most inappropriate moment. They still have the ball. Play on, they say. Now, Merewether Carlton could come up with the ball here, very close to the sideline. Walkling's got it again for Hamilton. Now he throws the pass, short pass. Now they go around to Wells. Wells now out once again. Darting in there is Louis Catt, I think it is.
It is, and the penalty is going to go to Hamilton now. Grant McNeil is going to call out Dan Kevill. And Lewinsky.
Back you come, back you come. Okay.
So, Paul, Hamilton putting an enormous amount. Let's have a listen to what Sandy says.
Just get back further.
Young Sandy.
I can't keep blowing the whistle. Well, okay, that's fine, but you've been told now that you were not onside. I don't have to talk to you. You need to do what you're going to do, okay? So take a step back. Okay, now it's in your hands to do this, not me. I can't do anything else.
Yeah, just Grant McNeil laying down the law there with Dan Kevill and Dan Lewinsky to get the green forwards on side at the breakdown. He's saying that he's calling them, but they're not responding to him.
This style of game is suiting Hamilton down to a T, not allowing Merewether any free-flowing football to.
Perfectly, yeah. And I'm sure this is the way Coach Coleman would have wanted the game to pan out. A real arm wrestle, a real struggle, dour, forward-oriented game.
And this bloke is having a fantastic game, Steve Sione. I think he would be the best on field at the moment. Wells now. That looked marginally forward to Lamont, but presents well. Now they dart from the back of the scrum again, or the breakdown. Lamont charging forward, a little pick and drive. The defence is there, over the top. Dylan Evans trying to pinch the ball, but Talialeeva still has it. Walking once again. Now they go to the open side. Picked up, back slammed. Merewether can't get hold of the ball. Walkling once again, short side, knock on by Hamilton on this occasion. Advantage playing Beretta. Now Billy Coffey down the short side, turns it over. He's got a release, and they get the penalty.
You can't just sit over it either. You can't just sit over the ball either.
Didn't release the tackled player again, the Hamilton players there. Billy Coffey had a little bit of space there and put the gas on, but just couldn't quite make. And Steve Lamont, yeah, he hasn't really let go of the release the tackle player.
He certainly is a trier. He's absolutely in everything. So the Greens need to get their line out right. Hamilton have dominated in this particular area. Nick Palmer, not that long ago at college in Sydney, grabs another one. He's having a fantastic game as well. Now Wells with the kick. Down the throat of Billy Coffey on this occasion, gives it to Bertsos. Over the top to Walkling, now to Wells. Will come to the western side. Cal McDonald in very good position. It's a bit of a kickathon at the moment. And trying to get over the top of Heath, and he's touched that and it's gone into touch. A good kick there from Cal McDonald. And Nat Heath couldn't reel it in. So a better passage of play for Merewether Carlton on that occasion. Cal McDonald on your screen right now.
They've come out of that from a distance perspective and field position. But I just think they need to vary their kicking because Hamilton are leaving a lot of players back and expecting the kick. I think they can probably vary that, maybe try a few more shallow kicks.
Kevill, short side, looking to go back inside, turn it over again. Ed McDonald has the ball for Merewether Carlton. Strawn now, fires the long pass out to Rudder, to Gill. Gill looking inside to Lewinsky, gets the ball, goes to ground. Still over. Strawn now to Billy Coffey. Coffey is not too far out from the line. They charge in Merewether Carlton now. Through Mark Wade has the ball. The Hamilton defence holds strong. Kevill goes to the short side. Has to go to ground because that sideline was looming. Strawn now comes out wide. Rudder turns it back inside. They are still there. McDonald with the ball. Strawn now. Strawn gives the ball back to... this is Aidan Kelso. Kelso still has the ball for Merewether Carlton. They go once again, Kevill. Kevill sides a little gap. Knocked on again. Barretto is close to the line. And they hold the big fella up. In fact, I think there was a little knock on in there. Merewether Carlton still with the ball. Strawn trying to get it out. And the penalty will go, will it?
I think someone will go to the bin here, Mike. They're holding that up. I'm not sure. No, call the Carlton player out.
Jamie Lind.
Come on. Okay. We play the ball. We do not go down a man. Do not touch the man on the ground. Am I clear? Yeah. Okay, let's go. Back here. Penalty against us.
Well, they did all the work there, Merewether Carlton. Here it is again. See if you can pick it up here, Nico.
Mark's here.
Oh, there. Jamie tried to release the ball, Jamie Lind. I would strongly suggest a Hamilton hand on it, and he wants to release the ball, obviously, in that situation. I think they had about a 5-on-1 out this side.
Well, a bit more pressure mounted by the Greens on that occasion, and Hamilton did very well to hold them out. Again, Kevil looking to offload on every opportunity. Maybe he needs to take that ball up a few times to use the pick and drive. Palmer once again has the ball, goes to ground. Walkling now. Wells through the hands to Harris. And Harris trying to find the line. Sits up for Bertsos. No, in actual fact, it goes into touch. And the touch judge in Paul Ryan says it will be a Merewether Carlton throw. Well done there to Ben Harris, a relieving kick for the Hamilton Hawks.
Yeah, they looked really comfortable doing that too. There was no panic about it. They just went through their phase and got a good clearance up over halfway. Takes a lot of pressure off.
Very few clean breaks in the match so far. It's been a dour affair. Nolan, Strawn, Rudder, Gill. Back to Cal McDonald, to Billy Coffey. Coffey out of 1, out of 2. Now taken to ground, and a good tackle there by Palmer. Strawn, they have an overlap now. Kevil turned it inside to Barretto. He's taken to get ground, the big fella. No panic. Gill steps back off his right. The Hamilton defence moved up very quickly. Another penalty awarded, this time to Merewether Carlton, offside Hamilton Hawks. So the Greens players standing around a little bit. It is reasonably warm here today, but there is a breeze. Gill stepping off the right. Palmer was there, but they were all offside. And now they find touch, only a few metres out. A real opportunity here now for Merewether Carlton.
The game has turned a little bit in the last few minutes with Carlton having a bit of that possession. And now if they can control it, I think the Hawks will be under a lot of pressure.
And the Green Hill all of a sudden has come to life. They've found a bit of voice.
Found the switch.
Dylan Evans.
Yeah, 2 metres, get back here.
McDonald. Kevil to Wade. Wade's close. Very close. They storm over. And I think they've turned it over again.
Hand up, 9, Green!
Strawn being called out. Hamilton have affected the turnover. Now to Wells. Let's get out of here. And finds touch. And once again, they thought the Merewether Carlton side.
I don't know whether you might see it here where the turnover. Oh, Steve Sione's right on the ball there, and I think he probably, and then he got a hand on it, and then one of the other Hamilton players were able to release it.
So the Greens through Rudder now, through McGill, chiming in his coffee once again, looking for more work, trying to provide something for Merewether Carlton. Nolan has the ball for Merewether, turns it back. Hamilton's defence has been extraordinary so far, and I think they've affected another turnover. They have. And you can put that down to Steve Lamont. Wells, good tackle there by Nolan.
No, that's fine.
But they cover up very well, the Hawks. Just taking a settler. Sione again over the top. Charging through now. Just that pick and drive once again. Walkling. Now the little box kick. Bertsos coming quickly, takes it. Gets around 1. Nowhere to go. Throws it back inside, but he was taken into touch. A pretty risky option which didn't come off.
He's an elusive character.
Hey guys, we've got 2 balls.
He does well. He puts the pace on. Just saw a little bit of space, but covered him off.
Big man on little man. Steve Lamont.
Not straight.
Not straight this time.
Green.
So Merewether Carlton will take the scrum.
Dan. Scrum.
So again, here it is.
He got it too far down the Hamilton side. There doesn't seem to be a lot of enthusiasm from either
From either side.
at the moment.
It really is a lacklustre game at the moment.
It is. Very disappointing thus far. Hope the last half hour after 20 or so comes to light.
So Merewether Carlton, this time Lisa for Strawn, throws it totally over the top of everyone. McDonald, who has been pretty good so far today, looked like making a break on most occasions when he has the ball. And now they go through Jay Strawn, scampering down the eastern side. Jamie Lynn throws the pass. Kevill picks it up brilliantly. Throws it back inside to McDonald. Picked up by Birdseye, but a forward pass being called by Grant McNeil. So they just can't put anything consistently together at the moment, the minor premiers.
Now, there's another little opportunity here too. They found some space down the short side. The flick pass back on the inside. They've just got to stay a bit composed and just...
Gold scrum.
So a win against the feed for Merewether Carlton. Kevill once again to Rudder. Rudder gets out of one, sights a little bit of space, now goes to ground. Has to present Strawn with the ball. Kevill has the ball. Can't offload on this occasion. Strawn now trying to make something out of nothing. Birdseye is there, Nolan is there, he picks it up, and a knock on once again by Merewether Carlton. Almost in front of the uprights, and it'll be a gold feed.
It's almost as though they're just trying to score off the first phase each time, and no patience. And Strawn takes it away there and throws the ball back on the inside. James didn't read it real well to go back on the inside. Yeah, they've just got to keep possession and keep the pressure on.
Clean. The scrum win for Hamilton. And Wells won't muck around. McDonald. He's got it. Oh, geez, just in the field of play. Does the sensible thing, comes back into the field of play instead of flirting with the sideline. And now Merewether trying to set something up. Trying to get them all working. And they have done so. Now it's on the deck. And again, it's been a turnover. Oh, big solid tackle there by Lewinsky, and the penalty going to Merewether Carlton, and that was a hell of a tackle there from Lewinsky, and Steve Lamont calls for the sideline. I think he has a little bit of blood happening, and the power of the little number 7, formerly of Sydney University, playing in this domestic competition in Newcastle.
I'm pretty sure that Steve and Dan played against each other when they were down there, and they were both hookers. Dan played hooker for Sydney Uni as well, so we knew their rivalry, I guess.
Here it is, Cal McDonald, and gee, there wasn't much in it, but he did the sensible thing there, Paul, coming back into the field of play.
He did really well. He's been impressive today, and what he's had to do, he's done it really well. Hasn't had many opportunities. He's done very well.
Take it aside, you can have it aside.
Here's an interesting scenario. Jay Strawn from Merewether having a shot at goal. Now, is this a sign that they are under a bit of pressure?
I think they're getting frustrated. They've had the better of the play in the last 10 or 15, had some opportunities, but they're just not converting them. So I think this will alleviate some of that frustration if he bangs it over.
And he does so. And Merewether Carlton get their nose back in front. They lead by the single point, 10 points to 9. Eric Fabian coming back into the play for Merewether Carlton. There he is, the big number 3, replacing Steve Barretto. So Damien Wells with the restart for the Hamilton Hawks. It's high, and Jamie Lind, the hooker for Merewether Carlton, takes the ball well. Adam Nolan with the hit up. And the Hamilton defence was equal to the task. Sean Rudder. Now to McDonald. On the left foot. Ivan Walkling now gives the pass, which floated about 2 metres forward. We were right in line with that. But play on, says Grant McNeil. Hamilton still with the ball. Now the pass comes out. Oh, good solid defence there from Merewether. The ball pops out the back. Now they charge back into the Greens line. Taken again there, Palmer. Lamont.
Wait, 2 Green.
Cooper at the back. Picks it up. Little pick and drive for Hamilton. Just trying to work Merewether into error. Wells. Knock on to Hamilton. And the Merewether Carlton blokes very quick to rush up and give a little bit of stick to the 5'8".
That was an opportunity for Hamilton there, and I think
outside.
Damien Wells just took his eyes off the ball. He saw that there was an opportunity out a little bit wider. And the old adage, you've got to catch it first.
So not too many clear breaks in the match so far, has there been?
No, there hasn't been the opportunities. Carlton Merewether Carlton have looked better in this period of the game, but just haven't been those opportunities.
Rudder with the kick. It's a funny wobbly old kick down to Ben Harris, just in Hamilton's territory. Harris goes to the air. Eric Fabian is there. They let it bounce. Kevill. And all in front. Hamilton, a relieving penalty for Merewether Carlton.
That was like slow motion then. No one wanted to catch it.
Well, Eric didn't.
No.
He said, why me?
Maybe he couldn't.
He just come on. So a pretty stop-start affair at the moment. Dan Kevill just talking to the troops, trying to marshal some sort of attacking weapon here for Merewether Carlton. They lead by a point. And their feared backline hasn't really had any opportunity today to click into gear. Similarly, Hamilton haven't had too many expansive opportunities. Adam Nolan at the back, and Adam Nolan's had a fair game. Picked up by Eric Fabian. Strawn, Rudder. Now to Mark Wade. Mark Wade dances straight through, still going. The lock forward goes to ground now, right in front of the uprights, 25 metres out. Strawn looking to cut through, can't do so. Gets out of one, but now he goes to ground. Merewether Carlton still with the ball. Wade once again, looking to link up, can't do so. McDonald comes in, penalty goes to Merewether Carlton. And it was Troy Kempnich who was nicked on this occasion by referee McNeil. They're right in front of the uprights, and Merewether Carlton may very well go for the 3 points here.
This is the breakdown after the penalty advantage. But Mark Wade again made that break out wide. We saw that at the start of the game, but we haven't seen much of it since. But he's working a little bit wide now. He's just a hard man to handle.
Outside. Take it off. Take the water off, please. Yeah. Oh.
Chase Strawn for Merewether Carlton has had one conversion and one penalty goal today. This is his second attempt at a penalty goal to stretch the lead to 4. Moves in, strikes it, pretty ordinary looking kick, but the flags go up. And Merewether Carlton now leads 13 points to 9. The restart from Damien Wells. Offside, well, not offside, gone forward. Let's have a look. Dan Kevill was in there.
Kevill's up. He commits to the ball really well here, but he makes the fumble. Drops into Eric's lap, and Eric's away. But I think referee McNeil's rightly ruled that as an accidental offside, not a penalty. We'd like to see Eric run up the field a bit more. That's how far he got. The Carlton scrum's been good in the second half.
So ball on the deck. Walkling, Wells. Now they go wide through Harris. Harris now linking up with Kilmurray on the far side. Walkling comes back again. Vartalialeva hits it up. Palmer, good pick and drive.
Green, let it come! Green, let it come!
And he'd had plenty of warnings. Now they take the quick tap. Walkling. Vartalialeva now right in front of the uprights, 5 metres out. Walkling once again. This is Troy Kepnich. Kepnich very, very close now. Walkling in the box seat. The Hamilton crowd starting to come up. They dive over the top. I think it's going to be a try. It is. I think it's Steve Sione who scores the try for Hamilton. And the Hamilton Hawks back in front. And it came from that error by Eric Fabian. The referee giving him plenty of opportunity. He just darts straight over the top of the defensive line of Merewether Carlton. And Jamie Birdsauce was no hope of stopping the flanker.
The Merewether defence were looking for the ball to be shifted a little bit wider, left that space in the middle, and Steve exploited it perfectly. Got that low body height, good leg drive, crashed over.
So the Hamilton Hawks hit back and retake the lead. And there's their mascot.
I don't know whether you'd really call that a hawk.
No, I don't know.
That really came out of nothing. The Hawks haven't had much of the play in the last 10 or 15.
Ben Harris converts the Steve Sione try. And time off called now as one of the Hamilton players is hurt, but 16-13 is the scoreline in favour of the Hawks.
Come on! 10 to go.
10 minutes remaining in the match, and the Hamilton Hawks, Palmer puts it on the deck, and that will be a knock-on. Surely that was a knock-on, but he said play on. Walkling with the ball. Now Wells fires the long pass. They go for the kick. Billy Coffey will retrieve this for Merewether Carlton, turning it around now and has a run back at the opposition. Trying to get around, gets off one. Palmer's there to drag him to the ground. Lamont's in there trying to pinch the ball. Advantage to Merewether Carlton. Kevill with the ball. Comes out the back, Strawn. The little pass. And the penalty will go to Merewether Carlton. They played the advantage, but surely there was a knock-on here earlier.
From the kick-off, you would have thought so. Jay Strawn trying to get one around the corner there, but the McNeil came back for the Hamilton infringement.
So Strawn will try and find touch. He's coming to the grandstand side of the #1 sports ground. Merewether Carlton inside the last 10 minutes under enormous amount of pressure from the Hamilton Hawks, who lead by 3 points. Evans with the throw in for Merewether Carlton. They do it well. Strawn with a long pass to Rudder, who has been reasonably ineffectual today. Gill gives the ball to Kelso. Now back to Gill. They go to ground now. Jamie Lind at the back of the breakdown. Has the ball to Eric Fabian. And that's a good run. Good run from the front rower. Lind there again. Hamilton trying to come in over the top. Jay Strawn to Dan Kevill. Coffey goes to ground. Merewether Carlton still in possession. Jay Strawn. Now they just try and hit it up through Evans. Just trying to steady the play, Merewether Carlton. They trail by 3. Strawn with the ball once again. Dan Lewinsky stopped in a very good tackle, and that hurt the breakaway as well.
6 gold!
6 gold is right over the play. Jay Strawn, Mick Gill, and Lewinsky is still on the ground. Strawn, Kevill, Kevill tries to throw a pass again. Billy Coffey knocks on, but the penalty is going to go to Merewether Carlton, and Steve Sione is going to be called out, and Jay Strawn will have a shot, you should imagine at this stage, to try and level the scores. There is the hit. No malice in it whatsoever from Perry, but it really stung Dan Lewinsky. Jay Strawn for Merewether Carlton, trying to level the scores here in the grand final. About 7 minutes remaining in the grand final. A really important kick for the Greens. Moves in, strikes it. A pretty ordinary looking kick that's waved away. So Hamilton breathe a sigh of relief. Can this be the biggest upset of the season? Merewether undefeated. Damien Wells says, let's get way downfield. Kevill in good position, takes it. Runs away from any sort of support. They're now looking to offload, but Hamilton in there and could affect the turnover here, and they don't. And Merewether Carlton will get the scrum feed. Hamilton are putting it to the Greens.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. I'm surprised neither coach has gone much to their bench. They've rotated the props around, but no one else has been called upon to make an impact.
So time running out for Merewether Carlton. Hamilton have played very, very solid football today. Strawn runs into Damien Wells, trying to do it all himself, a little halfback. Dylan Evans is in there, trying to add some muscle for Merewether Carlton. Now Nolan gives the ball to Mark Wade. The Hamilton defence holding solid. Eric Fabian, pick and drive from the big front rower. Steady stuff for Merewether Carlton. Nolan at the back again. Rudder gives the pass. Goes to ground as Kelso. Strawn. Mick Gill now. Strawn once again, short side. Rudder runs straight back into Perry. Perry did very well for Hamilton. Over the top, Mark Wade. Got out of one. Gave it off to Lewinsky. Lewinsky with a bit of space. Darting through as the captain gives it off to James Birdsauce. Can't get the ball away to Cal McDonald. And the penalty is going to go a little bit too high. Interesting situation here after that last kick from Jay Strawn, whether he takes the kick or takes the quick tap. But James Birdsauce is hurt. Let's have a look at it here, Dicko.
Come off.
He's taken the ball there forward. I think he's got Damien Wells for a high. Oh, yeah, definitely high shot.
And down he goes.
I think they might kick into the corner here, Mike, and go for the try.
So Merewether Carlton now with a chance. 5 metres out from the Hamilton line. Now Jake Cooper going off for Hamilton.
Come on.
And a line-out win for the Greens. Strawn fires it to Rudder. Rudder now with another pass. Gill thought about turning it back inside, gives it down to Rudder. Rudder now, they've got an overlap. Out to Billy Coffey. Billy Coffey charging for the line. I think he's scored the try, has he? Waiting on the referee. And it's a try to Billy Coffey in the corner. Well, for the first time in the match, they've decided to go wide. And the enigmatic winger, Billy Coffey, goes over to his support team. And is that the winning try of the grand final?
Sean Rudder does really well here. He gets 2 touches. He gets that first, and he gets this other touch here, and then was able to spread the ball wide. Billy Coffey was hemmed in there. It was a pretty poor effort there from Ben Harris, and just good strength and to get it over in the corner.
Here it is again. Jay Strawn from the back of the breakdown. Gives it down to Rudder. Rudder a good ball. Gill thought about turning it back inside. Got it away to Rudder. Rudder now out to Coffey. He pushes off Ben Harris and Walkling can't get there in time, and that's a very good try to the winger. And the Greens hit the front in the grand final.
Right in front of the Green Faithful.
Well, a pretty good spot to score it, but they have been under pressure all day. Hamilton have done a magnificent job today in blunting any effective attacking of the Merewether Carlton side.
Yeah, exactly, Mike. And the ability to contest at the breakdown, slow the ball down and steal it at times as well, and has forced Carlton into error. They were frustrated for a while there.
Jay Strawn with the conversion attempt of the Billy Coffey try. It's not a bad looking kick. You'll hear it from the Green Hill. And up go the flags. A very good conversion by Jay Strawn of the Billy Coffey try. And Merewether Carlton with time running out for Hamilton. Merewether now lead by 4 points. And they go away from their forwards down the throat of Billy Coffey. Takes it very, very well. And they come back now, Merewether. Jay Strawn just directing traffic. Rudder is in there as well, Jamie Lind. There won't be any frills about these next hit-ups. Be just some pick and drive here, trying to chew up the clock for Merewether Carlton. Taking all the time in the world, Lewinsky goes in there. Brave little breakaway. Kevil has his hands on the ball. Just takes it up for another pick and drive. Jamie Lind, the hooker, is there as well. Trying to muscle in over the top.
Go back, 21!
Coffey at the back. Decides to have a dart down the short side. Evans at the back. Lind. Have a look how they're set here. Just chewing up the clock. Jamie Lind, the experienced campaigner, the captain of the 2007 winning grand final side. Dan Kevil, nothing clever about this. Their back line is lined out, but they will just chew up the time through the forwards. They lead by 4. Jamie Lind once again has his hands on the ball. Now, once again, just drives forward.
Go 3!
And it will go against Hamilton.
Still a minute.
So, well worked by Merewether Carlton there. Let's have a look at it, Paul.
They've wound the clock down. The Hamilton forwards needed to get their hand on the ball. He's gone in there, and referee McNeil's called him out a couple of times to release, which he didn't.
Well, only 4 points in it. 1 minute remaining. Damien Wells on screen. And Jay Strawn finds touch just inside Hamilton's territory. It has been a dour affair so far, even though there has been 36 points scored in the match. Merewether Carlton with a very ordinary throw-in. Walkling under an enormous amount of pressure. And the penalty will go to Hamilton. Hands in the ruck.
No. No.
They have to tap and go. There's no time for the line out to keep it in. This is the last throw of the dice for the Hawks.
So Merewether Carlton would love a turnover. Lewinsky with very, very good defence. So they won't want to be able to give Hawks any ground to move downfield. Walkling to Wells. Wells now trying to outrun the defence. Turns it back inside. Kevil intercepts.
That's the ball game.
They turn it over. They kick it over the top. It's still in play. And now it bounces very awkwardly. Goes in a touch. And that is the grand final. A win for Merewether Carlton. 20 points to 16. And the Green Faithful stream onto the #1 sports ground. But in summation, Paul Nixon, when we have a look at the scoreline, 20 points to 16. Hamilton can hold their heads high. Gee, they battled hard. And really, tactically today, I thought Hamilton were the better side.
Yeah, they did work hard. And as you said a few times during the call, Mike, it was a dour game, and it probably suited Hamilton more so than Carlton. But that one opportunity that the Carlton backs could break loose, that try to Bill Coffey in the corner at the end of the game, the difference.
It has been a magnificent season for Merewether Carlton. It's been a long time since a team has gone through undefeated.
Yeah, it's a tremendous achievement to go through the 18 rounds and then the semi-finals into the grand final. They've been the best side all year and thoroughly deserved their victory, and all plaudits to them.
All right, we'll take a quick break here. The final score in the Greater Building Society Newcastle Hunter Rugby Union Grand Final. Merewether Carlton 20, Hamilton 16.
This program brought to you by the following sponsors: Carline, Lee Rowan's Garden World, Nelson Bay Seafood, Jayco, Habitat, and Jeff Boyd Ford.
Well, a dour struggle right until the end, but Merewether Carlton prevailed 20 points to 16 today. The try scorers Jay Strawn and Billy Coffey. Jay Strawn 2 conversions and 2 penalty goals. For Hamilton, Steve Sione with the try, and also Ben Harris 1 conversion and 3 penalty tries for their 16 points. The captain of Merewether Carlton, Dan Lewinsky. Dan, right until the end, that game was in the balance.
Oh, it was unbelievable, wasn't it? I mean, we knew it would come down to 80 minutes. We were under the pump there. They scored probably a couple of minutes to go, so it was just a great effort by our boys. We knew it wouldn't be easy today, and certainly wasn't.
And Hamilton used those spoiling tactics all day. Obviously, that was their way to blunt your attack.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I suppose that's what you do. I'd do that against us as well. We've got a great attacking back line. I think our boys handled it really well. We probably threw a few silly passes in the first half, pushed a few things, but I mean, we held in right till the end, and it's a great feeling.
You seem to be under an enormous amount of pressure to maintain that unbeaten run and win the grand final.
Oh yeah, there was pressure there, but I think that we'd never had that feeling at training. There was never that feeling. You think, oh, the boys aren't up for it. We were always focused. We went into every game. I never had that feeling. I was always confident with the boys, and yeah, it's a great feeling, like I said.
Dan, congratulations to your fantastic effort as captain of this particular side. Their coach is Stacey Sykes. And Stacey, from the commentary position to the coach who wins the championship, undefeated throughout the year. Must be a big thrill for you.
Oh, I'm extremely proud of the guys. You know, I mean, it started in December 1 for us, and you know, the club, in P1's have had a rough time the last few years, so we've worked extremely hard, and they deserve it. You know, they've worked really hard. I'm proud of them.
There were some anxious moments.
There sure was. You know, to Hamilton's credit, I thought they were very courageous, and you know, to think we thought we were in a little bit of trouble there with 10 to go, but they stuck to the guns, played the 80 minutes, and got the win. So, very, very proud.
One thing that both coaches didn't do today was use an inordinate amount of interchange. You stuck with basically the same side for most of the match.
Yeah, we did that. We made the positional change at front row with Steve Bretto, midfield, and then we basically wanted to see how the game panned in the second half if we needed to get any more attacking players on there.
Well done, Coach. Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
Ivan, obviously disappointed today, but by gee, Hamilton can hold their heads high. What a magnificent performance for 79 minutes of the match.
That's it, mate. It's been like that all year. Like in the regular season, only 6 or 7 points was the difference, you know, and it was a good effort by the boys today. We just couldn't finish it off. So
you played some spoiling tactics today, just wanted to take them on through the middle. You did that so well for most of the game.
We know that they're classy out wide, so we had to take them through the middle, and we did that effective at times, but they just got us in the end. So I think that week off really helped them, especially in this heat. They're a lot fresher than us. So.
Ivan, when you have a look at 2011, a magnificent season for the Hamilton club.
Definitely. We've got a lot of young blokes in the side, so we'll be back bigger and better next year.
All right, congratulations to you on your game, and commiserations today.
Cheers.
Ivan Walkling, the captain, and we're going to the coach of the Hamilton side, Scotty Coleman. Obviously disappointed, Bubba, but what a magnificent performance.
Yeah, definitely. The boys can hold their heads high. I don't think too many people give us a chance, but it's very disappointing.
During the week, you nominated that you were going to try and spoil Carlton's party, that you only need to win 1 game of the year. The tactics you used today, deliberate tactics?
Yeah, most definitely, yeah. They've got too much class out wide, and we wanted to play tight. Also just wanted to play field position. If anything, I think that let us down a little bit today. Our kicking game, we didn't get enough out.
So how do you sum up the whole season?
Oh, it's definitely massive effort from our boys. We've only got 4 guys back from last year's premiership side, so yeah, it's outstanding effort and puts us in good stead for next year, hopefully, if they all hang around.
Now, the burning question, you won a premiership yourself as a player in Premier 3s today. You have nominated that you may not go around again. Have you got some unfinished business now?
Yeah, definitely. It's hard to retire on this note, that's for sure. So I'll have to think about it and speak to the wife and see what she says. Which means that Bubba Coleman will be going around. Congratulations on your season. Thank you very much. Thank you. And the final score here at the #1 Sports Ground of the Greater Building Society Newcastle Hunter Rugby Union Grand Final. Merewether Carlton 20, Hamilton 16.
has been another presentation from NBN's Wide World of Sports.